Through the good times and bad times, she will always. Through the good times, through the bad times, I just wanna make sure it's better than the last time. Through the good times, through the bad times, I just wanna make sure it's better than the last time. First ain't enough to wipe away the past. Scrubbing that I can't wipe away the stains. I can't wipe away the stains. Scar my life and never be the same. My heart's just a bottle of sand. My heart's just a bottle of fame. My heart's a bottle of fame. My heart's just a bottle. Yo, it's your boy Promise, man. Jermaine Williams. You know, y'all might know me as a rapper, well, artist. I ain't no rapper or artist, but today I'm on something different. I want to drop down a few stories about people about judgmental people, and just being judgmental in general. You know what I'm saying? I was at the beauty salon picking up my lady or whatever, and I overheard some females downplaying a guy. I don't know the dude, but he was supposed to be 40, 45, something like that, still living with his mama, whatever. And they just was on him, just I'm talking about on him, going in on him, bad, dogging him, talking about dogging him. This bum ass nigga, ooh, I can't believe this bum stay with his mama at that age, ooh, just dogging him bad. But little did they know the reason, which that's what I mean by judgmental. You can't judge a book by its cover without even reading the first chapter you know what I'm saying? Try to, get an understanding. Especially if you want to speak on something, you should understand it. But fast forward, you know what I'm saying, to the situation, they was on his ass. They was on his bump. I'm talking about, they buried him. They put him in the casket and buried him. You know what I mean? They gave him a great funeral right there in the beauty salon. You know what I'm saying? But little did they know the reason. Now, let's get into reason. Before you speak on somebody or you downplay somebody, at least look into the situation and try to see what the reason is. Now, let's get into the reason now. This man was a hard-working man, the type of guy that go to work and bring his check home, to his wife, faithfully. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the consistency, was outstanding. He could have, if it was a honor roll for consistency, he'd have been on it with straight A's, A pluses. He continuously brought his check home to his wife, and whatever it was that made his wife go do what she did, but she done it, and she got caught cheating with her boss. You know what I'm saying? He found out that she was cheating with her boss, and they went through hell. You know what I'm saying? Crushed the man. The man been working his fingers to the bone and bringing the check back home, and the whole time she was doing her thing. You know what I'm saying? And leading up to this situation, the man had to go home and live with his mama. Not because his woman put him out, but because he had 3 kids by the lady. 2 little girls and a boy. He had 3 kids by the lady, and he didn't want to remove the kids from the home that they had built and the kids had grew to know as home. So him being the man that he was, he didn't do his kids like that just because his wife done his family like that. He he could have been petty. He bought the house, you know what I'm saying? He could have been petty and been like, let's fight for it, you know what I'm saying? His credentials and everything paid for the house or whatever. His checks and everything paid for the house, but they was married or whatever. So he could have been petty and fought for the house or whatever, but he chose not to, you know what I'm saying? He chose, as a man, like, I just go back home to my mama until I can get things straight, but I can't no longer stay here and look you in your face knowing that you done that to me, you know what I'm saying, that you done that to our family, you know what I mean? So him being the man that he was, his mama accepted him back in with open arms or whatever. Him being the man that he was, he left his own house, his own contentment, his own comfortability after the fact that woman did that man like that, he still was man enough to leave his family, you know what I'm saying, in good hands, in a good position. So for these people to be in a hairdresser speaking on this man, I didn't know him at the time. I just ended up getting a full story, you know what I'm saying, from elsewhere, you know what I mean? And it was just like, wow, they in a downing this man and dogging this man. I'm talking about, like I told you, they put him in a whole casket out. They murdered the man right there on the spot, right where they hair and their lash was on the floor. He was right there laying next to their hair and their lashes. Every little edge that been cut off, the little edges that was in the building, he was laying next to them joints, you hear me? And the whole time, they didn't take the time, they didn't consider in their heart that it was a purpose behind that man being that age living with his mother. And the next story is a similar story. Same situation, similar story. Another guy living with his mother, but he was a single guy. And he had his own place before he was living with his mother. But he moved back home with his mother, you know what I'm saying, to be the son that she needed him to be. Judgmental women again, or judgmental people, I ain't gonna just say women, judgmental people again, speaking on this man's situation and don't know it. They judge the cover but didn't read the book. So they speaking on that man's situation. They done put his ass in the casket too, you feel me? They done killed him about the situation too, not knowing the reason. The reason behind this shit, that man's mother was about to, she was dying. She was sick of cancer. And she didn't have nobody else. The rest of their family stayed out of state. She didn't have nobody else to, no close family members to come take care of her. So he couldn't afford to keep the other place and not live in it and live with his mom and take care of everything with his mother. You know what I'm saying? So he let the place go and he chose to, you know, do what a responsible child should do. A mother raise a child. Why shouldn't a child go back and take care of her mother in her dying days? You know what I'm saying? This woman was about to leave Earth and all she wanted in her last days was her baby boy to come hold her and, you know what I'm saying, console her and shelter her, you know what I'm saying, in his arms with his heart that she, you know what I'm saying, taught him how to love with. But y'all done dogged this man out like that, not knowing that this man went to rescue his mother's heart and rescue his mother's soul. And y'all sit there judgmental and just dog this man out like that. Man, y'all got to tighten up, man. Y'all got to look more into a situation. If you're gonna be nosy, be all the way, be Pinocchio. If you're gonna be nosy, be Pinocchio for real. Go further into the situation. Understand what's really going on behind the situation. Don't just jump into a situation and do that to people when you don't even know what's going on. Cause moving forward about this situation, I heard from my lady, one of the girls who was in there laughing and giggling. She wasn't really the one who was mainly talking, but she was laughing and giggling. She was he ha all that. He fought it, he live with his mama. He ha head ass. But look, dig this. Her husband mother got sick, and he had to travel out of town to be there for his mother, and he was gone often. He had to leave often, very often. And it got to the point where she started missing him. So she was like, you know what? I'm going to go with you this time. But he was like, nah, I'm cool. I'm going to just go. My mama we don't really need all that company around mama. And what to do or whatever. So he went. And that's her husband. So she got to missing her husband. So she decided, I'm going to surprise my baby anyway. Whole time, his mama was sick. He was going back in town to visit an old friend that he never stopped loving. And she pulled up on that situation. And he was like, I told you it wasn't for your eyes to see. It wasn't for you to be here. And you brought it up on yourself. You took it up on yourself to come here. So however you feel, you know what I'm saying, behind this situation, this is what it is. This is what I'm doing. And this is what my heart is. You know, I hate that it have to be like this, but this is what my heart is. But it wasn't that pretty when the shoe was on the other feet, you know what I'm saying? And she didn't want nobody to know that part. Hey, come grab this dough. She didn't want nobody to know that part, you feel me? And now I can guarantee you that she would look further into, tell them don't come here that loud. She'll look further into situations before she jump the gun and just be hee ha ha. And it's not funny that happened to her, just as well as it's not funny that it happened to neither one of those people. It's not funny at all to be judgmental. It's not funny at all to judge a book by its cover without reading into it, you know? And like, you know, I'm a rapper, but this is just a message that I wanted to put out there. And what I want to do is have somebody to, I want to put this in like a movie perspective and have some actors to play the scenes of these situations that occurred, or these situations that I spoke up on. I want to literally have a director to put this in motion, but instead of me talking, I want to see it in action so people can understand, like, you can't play with people like that and think everything funny and don't know what's happening. I just want to put that on them, on y'all minds, man. I hope this message reach whoever in time before, you know what I'm saying, daytime come and they crushed and they looking stupid. Big Prime. March 15th, though, my album dropping. I had to slide that in there. March 15th, my album dropping. Today is March 2nd. 15 to 16 Hot Burners. Features from Boosie Badass. You know what I'm saying? And it's all real heartfelt situations on my album, just like this one would. I hope I reach somebody. I hope somebody could take this situation into consideration and understand. Man, read a book before you judge it. You know what I'm saying? Big Prime. E.T.I.O. Entertainment.